need to find the Emperor. We'll hold them back.
Till next we meet, Hongwei.
Our friends at Disney shot me out a screener for the 2020 version of Mulan. This is the live-action epic that Disney has been sitting on for a long time. It hits Disney Plus this weekend, but you have to pay extra for it. You have to have your subscription, and then you've got to pay the ticket price to be able to add it to your library. Or, what's just been revealed, you can wait an extra few months. In December, it will just be added to the Disney Plus library. And it's interesting that they've revealed that before they put this thing on sale. I guess they wanted to have full transparency. If they revealed it like a week or two afterwards, I think they would have angered a lot of people that paid the money for it this weekend. But you're watching this, and I would suspect that your question is there enough movie? Is it enough of a, big screen, big ticket kind of event to pay for this film to watch it now, to watch it on your big screen at home and to kind of feel like you're going out for an event? I'm happy to report that yes, this movie is massive and it's a hell of a lot of fun and it's absolutely beautiful. It just has incredible panning shots and sweeping vistas and beautiful architecture that the camera just embraces and moves across. Unbelievable costumes, just this exquisite sense of style carrying us to a place. Now, we've seen similar kinds of films like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is the first one that you think of, but this one is definitely a little more accessible. It's a little bit more family friendly. I don't think it's made for very young kids because this is an action-oriented experience. Because the whole story follows this warrior named Mulan. We all know this from the animated film. She's a female warrior that has to play in a man's world, and she pretends to be a man to join the army and pulls the wool over everybody's eyes, even though that deceit tears her up inside because the culture is very much about being honest and brave and loyal to everybody. So she's constantly at odds with this. And I do have to commend the lead actor, Liu Yifei. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. She's wonderful as Mulan, and she's wonderful kind of, grappling with the gender dynamics and how she's supposed to approach and create friendships with all the other warriors that she's encountering in the world. And then, when she can drop the artifice and just become this champion, it's mesmerizing. It's wonderful to see. And it certainly pulls in lots of battles that we've seen in similar movies like this, like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is one that pops into your mind for sure. But there's lots of films that we've seen over the years, Once Upon a Time in China, where we see these battlefields and all of these incredible warriors fighting. But this is approachable and accessible and beautiful. It's meant to be something that's embraced by the North American marketplace for sure, but it's also to kind of bring this culture out in as mass market a way as possible. And the movie is filled with some Chinese acting heavyweights like Donnie Yen and Gong Li and Jet Li, who's almost unrecognizable as the Emperor. He's got lots of makeup and all of this ornate costuming on, and he's got, I think he's been dubbed. He's got a very sort of gruff voice all the way through, a very commanding voice. He's kind of hidden behind all of that stuff, even though there are some moments where his unbelievable physicality comes to the forefront, which is great to see. Also, Jason Scott Lee, who I loved when I saw him in the Dragon movie years ago. He plays an epic big bad guy in this movie. Just looks unbelievably freaky and fierce, super commanding. He's amazing. I also love Gong Li as this supernatural creation. She can transform into a bird, and she's got all of these incredible fighting skills as well. So it's a beautiful dance that we see between her movement and the visual effects and the magic spells that she's casting and the transformations that are happening. But really, this whole story is about Mulan and her coming into her own and her dealing and grappling with what everybody expects of her and her own pressures on that and just not wanting to dishonor anybody. The movie doesn't have a ton of humor, but there are little bits that crackle up. A lot of the supporting actors, especially in the army, are quite funny and charming. And there was a particular sequence in the film where I was drinking something and I almost spat it out. It was just perfectly delivered. It's not a musical. There are echoes of some of the Mulan theme music and stuff that we've heard in the animated film. But I appreciated that this wasn't a note-for-note sort of copy or derivative of the animated work. The animated work stands apart. It's its own thing, and you can always go back to that. You can always listen to the music and laugh at the over-the-top kind of qualities of that movie. This is much more rooted in Chinese cinema, certainly with a sense of mysticism and romanticism. It's a beautiful film. It was a joy to get lost in it, you know? And it honestly, so far in 2020, we've had so many disruptions to the movie viewing schedule. This may be the biggest, most epic movie that I've been able to see so far in 2020. I haven't seen Tenet yet because I'm not going out into the theaters, so I'll wait till Warner Brothers is sending out codes or screeners for that. But this one, I think, is maybe the biggest big screen flick that I've been able to lose myself in so far this year. Do I think you should plunk down the money? Well, you've seen the trailers and you've seen some footage in this review. If all of that speaks to you, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. But also know that Disney's got you covered. If you want to wait for a few months, you'll be able to watch it in Disney Plus. But it's certainly a very, very fun time. I'm going to give Mulan an 8.5 out of 10.